Good afternoon, morning, however, wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this. I hope you're having a good one. It is Saturday here in a beautifully and hot Texas, where I'm at. Tiffany, Dragonflyer Studios. If you're watching, you know who I am and what I'm about. So this is my next installment in the series that I'm doing of journaling in small steps. So this one's going to kind of include two little things that we like to do and or use in junk journaling. I really like using these mostly because it gives either myself in my personal journals or the ones that I sell, gives the user a way to incorporate some of their own things into their junk journals, whether it be family photos or ticket stubs or recipe cards or whatever it is that they're choosing to use journals for. This is one of those ways where you can give yourself or your user an idea or a way of expanding their journal. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover pockets and journaling tags in this episode, and I just got a few little examples here of both of what I'm going to be talking about. So let's start with tags. These are journaling tags. This one I don't have a pull strip on yet, and then these are both. So these are tags without pockets. They're not necessarily homeless, and one doesn't necessarily go with the other. Like this large tag, if I was, let's say I'm incorporating this into my Catching Fire journal, rather because it has a nice little lacy trim down here, rather than trying to shove that down into a pocket, I might do something where I attach it to the side of a page here, and all that does is gives either me or the user an extra space to. You could glue photos to this. You could write on this. It is a little bit of a rough surface on the back. It's made out of brown paper bag, and this one is rather stiff. I made it like that on purpose. So I would most likely attach this to a page with a decorative paper clip or something like that, or maybe even from the top down this way, if I were to use that. And then it could be pulled off, written on, glued on, or whatever, and inserted back into the book. Now remember, if you're adding things like this to your journal, see the thickness of that tag compared to its pages. So if you add too many of those, your journal is going to start doing this as far as capacity goes. So it's going to go from what I call a bird mouth, which is, the beak is closed, so to speak here, to what is referred to as a gator mouth book. A lot of my journals end up like this because I really like stuffing them full of stuff. It's fun and it's cool. As a matter of fact, I have a gator mouth. Hold on just a second. This is what happens when you get enthusiastic about your junk journaling. So right now this one's a bird mouth, and then this one is completed, and you can tell he's a bit of a gator mouth. So this is my Mr. Sunshine book. It is available for purchase on in my Etsy shop. Dragonflyer Studio is the name. I'm trying to figure out how to get a link posted in the comments. For some reason, I have to go online on a computer to do it. If somebody knows a shortcut, please let me know. But this is a gator mouth. But there's lots of things in here that can be pulled out, so that if the user wanted to scrunch it down, either for travel or whatnot, they could. But otherwise, this is what's considered a gator mouth. He's a big boy. So anyway, they're fun. They're fabulous, and this one will most likely end up as a gator mouth too. Just keep in mind when you're journaling, adding things like this to your journal is going to up its volume content, so to speak. So I have a tendency to keep my tags very thin. This is just made out of, I think, cardstock. It was part of a master board, so it's got Mod Podge on it. It's shiny right now. Okay, this one, same thing, and then I just used what's the word? I don't know. I've had my coffee, but my brain is not functioning. I used a punch. That's the word I'm looking for. So with this one, it's a 3 option. You just cut the paper to the appropriate size, and then that's the topper that you get. So, this one was 2.5, and this one is 2-inch. So I just cut them in strips, inserted, punch it, and then away you go. And then, like this guy here, you don't have to have a fancy smancy punch to get the tops. You can just trim the corners, punch a hole, add an eyelet, and away you go. which we're probably going to be doing to these. I like to enforce the holes with eyelets because, as you can tell, this is where it's headed. If you're going to be pulling this in and out a lot, if there's no eyelet there, that hole could possibly rip through. So these are tags by themselves. And then these are tags with accompanying pockets. So the user could do one of two things. These are also journaling cards on the back. There's lines to be written on. So I may clip these in and use them as a journaling card / pocket, or they may end up getting glued down into a journal, whereas this would be the only removable piece. It just depends on where you want to go with that. But both of these are blank on the back side. This is this one's pocket. Okay, and then this is this one's pocket. So this could become a bookmark. Who knows? It's user's choice. But those are tags with their pockets. And then these are some pocket choices that I make up ahead of time to have. So these are standalone pockets. What I would do is I would adhere this to the page, and then your tag, say it's this little guy, your tag would fit down right in there. And that's why I make a little thumb depression, because that way if the tag sits all the way down in there, you have a way to access it and pull it out. Now usually I don't make tags that fit all the way down in the pocket like that, because well, then you could accidentally destroy the pocket trying to get it out. So there's those two. And then this little guy he's multi-purpose. So this one could be a pocket all in itself, or you could use it as kind of a tuck. And how a tuck works, let's get Mr. Sunshine over here, because I don't have any inside my Catching Fire journal. Let's see if we could find a corner. Here's one that I took. So I had, this guy already designed. This was a standalone piece, and then you just glue it down this side here, and then a journaling card that I have created, just slides in there. You could use it for paper, like I said, recipe cards, whatever you choose to have inside that little nook and cranny is totally up to you as the user of the journal. So we're gonna create a couple of these. And I would like to do a couple of these maybe, and then we're going to add some decoration to my tags, my blank tags here. And then I also have this guy here. This is a pre-made tag. Don't know where I got it. Maybe it was sent to me. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a pre-made tag. These are totally fine to use. You can find these, sometimes at yard sales or thrift stores. They usually come in a big bunch. But yeah, whatever tags and pockets can be made out of just about anything. So let's get started. We're going to get started with pockets first. So this is just a small book page, and you're going to see we're going to create one of these guys from this. Maybe, if I can get my ruler out here. So the great thing about pockets and tags is they're a pretty quick thing that you can make up ahead of time, so that when you get your signatures ready for decoration, you can have these on hand, and they really just kind of pop into place and give your pages a little extra. So all I'm doing, I'm just getting rid of the white spaces, the margins and stuff on this page. So, and then all I'm going to do is, since this is it's not super thin paper, but it's also not super thick. So what I do is I take this and I fold it over. Makes a wonderful, wonderful little triangle. And then I just come back in with my ruler, tear off the extra, and then I'm actually going to leave. So if you are very much like me and you want your text upright, keep in mind that, if, say, this is your book page in your journal, if your text is upright, it could go in the upper left hand corner, it could go in the bottom right hand corner, or if you flip it over, you then have an upper right hand corner or a lower left hand corner. Now, me in particular, I don't much care. Like this one, yeah, the text is upside down. I really don't care. I don't pay too much attention to it unless there's an image or something like a photograph like what I'm going to show you with this image here. And then I will pay attention to how I glue it. So for this instance, doesn't really matter to me. So I'm just over here on my glue book. I'm just adding some glue stick. I just covered, you know, pretty much the whole surface. And then I'm just going to work from the edge out, or from the crease out. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Now, you could take this over to your sewing machine and give it a little border. I'm not going to sew this one. So let's find a way to decorate this. We'll just find us some little bits and pieces from the scrap bin over here. Oh, that's pretty. A lot of the times this is how my pockets and or tags get decorated, because what better way to use up all of your scraps than to use them as accent pieces, right? Oh, I like the polka dots on that one. Okay, so let's find us maybe a stamp to use. Since we got the green thing going on there, I'm thinking maybe a plant of some sort. Let's see. Oh, he's cute. Little cactus. Yeah, we could put a cactus on there. Why not? Okay, so put the lid back on there. Okay, and you know, there's absolutely no rules as far as any of this goes. Somebody asked in one of the Facebook groups that I belong to, what are the rules of junk journaling? You know, do you have to have this many signatures or this many pages, or does there have to be a theme or a color or an idea behind the book? And so I went generic and just said the first rule of junk journaling is there are no rules. This is like Fight Club, people. So I think I'm just winging this. This is what you get when you live craft with me. I am just winging it, people. And I like to not use scissors whenever I do some of these things. They go a little faster. They're meant to be fun and, you know, whatnot. So yeah, I just kind of go with it. What do we think? I actually kind of like those two together. And then what if we put a stamp right in the middle? Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. So I'm just going to add glue to here because it's pretty much going to cover the whole surface. I'll put glue on this piece because it's pretty particularly shaped. There we go. And just like that, most of the text is covered up, which, you know, I don't care about, but you might, and it's okay to leave. In case you're wondering, this little stamp pad that I have is a June 6th stamp, Midnight Black. These are wonderful little stamp pads to buy. I just found them on Amazon. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's one of those little tricks and tools of the trade that I have found, and they work really well. And there you go. We got us a cute little cactus. So yeah, just like that, I have a little pocket or a little tuck that could be used. Now, obviously, I stamped that cactus right side up, so chances of me taking this in and using it down here, slim to none. This will most likely become a tuck in an upper right-hand corner, mostly because the cactus is right side up. But yeah. And you never know, I may end up turning it into something totally different, not even a pocket. I'm going to set this aside. This is chalk. Yeah, chalk ink it does have a little bit of a dry time on it. So if you get these, keep that in mind. Otherwise, they're really good ink pads. But there you go. It takes just that much time to make yourself a little pocket. Now the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is the self-contained pockets. And I found this image. This is from a Treasure Island book that I've been slowly working my way through the text pages. And I really liked the image of this guy. I don't know if they're waving down the ship or chasing down the ship or what, but I'm going to incorporate this image into a self-contained pocket. I hope everybody's enjoying this series. I know when I first got into junk journaling, there was a lot of terminology and things that I had to go and Google and look up and, you know, search for on YouTube and whatnot. So that's what caused this series to be born, and I've been having fun with it. So I think I'm gonna leave this top, because what I don't want to do is put my where did it go? Where are they? I buried them. What I don't want to do is put my thumb grab into the top of his head, which is most likely what could happen. So I'm just gonna keep in mind that thumb grab has to go there. And then yeah, that's gonna become the front of my pocket. So what I'll do is I'll come over here. Okay, and then to make that thumb grab, I'm just going to grab my 1-inch hole punch. You can cut these with scissors. You know, whatever. Nope, I'm going to use my 1.5 inch, I think. Yeah, 1.5 inch. You could come in and just cut a circle. You know, use a pop bottle lid or a spool of thread, just to kind of give you a template. But I have a punch, so that's what I use. And then there we go. There's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my bone folder across the bottom of this, give it a nice crease. Okay. And you could go over to, if you have a sewing machine, run a U-shaped stitch around here to create a pocket. I am just going to use glue for this one. So this is Fabrifix glue. I have it in a piping bottle. And I'm just going to run a small bead all the way around the edge. And then I'm just going to push the page together. Oh no! And I put the glue in the wrong direction. See what happens? This is why we can't have nice things. So, it's going to be a little tricky. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you make mistakes. The nice thing about silicone glue is it beads off. Like once you dry it, it has a tendency to roll off. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't accidentally glue my pocket shut, which I almost did. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Okay, so now we're just gonna redo that. There's really not a need to put glue along the crease, because, you know, the bottom of the envelope, or the bottom of the page, will hold itself together. Did I just do it again? No, I didn't. Jeez. This is what happens. First you do the coffee, then you do the things. Otherwise that happens. Okay. So now, there's a couple of different ways that you could decorate this. I'm going to use the image as its decoration. There's no need, I don't feel a need to glue anything onto it. So what I will do is I will go in with some colored pencils and just kind of give this a watercolor effect. But what I am going to do is give it a different kind of pocket shape. I'm just going to come in with a corner trimmer. Corner punch, however, whatever you want to call that. There you go. And just kind of made it a round picture frame. So now this one is a larger envelope. It could accommodate, you know, this card and then some. So it's got some wiggle room on either side of it. So that's gonna look really nice. once it's all colored. But that's a super easy way to make a pocket. And then I'm going to do one more pocket. I'm going to show you how to decorate it out. Now, these are larger pages. As a matter of fact, these are larger pages. I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to switch horses in the middle of the stream. And I'm just going to get a book page with a somewhat full page of text and show you how to make one of these little guys. Because really, pockets and tags, I don't, and you might, I don't usually make pockets for tags that are the size of the journal. My little tags that I make are usually meant for, you know, jotting down a note or a little piece of a poem. That's what I use them for in my own journals. You know, quotes that I find, inspirational stuff, happy thoughts, whatnot. But if you want to make big journal tags, then hey, by all means, you do you. Okay, so whenever you're creating a pocket like this, just keep in mind. First of all, keep in mind of what the text is showing. I had an all too not nice word come up from a book text that I had found right here in the center, and I was like, oh my, we need to cover that up. That is not appropriate for, well, it's not appropriate for the PG crowd. How about that? So yeah, just keep in mind if you're using adult books, sometimes there's colorful language in there that might be a problem. Say if you were, I don't know, making your 7-year-old niece a junk journal. They're going to be like, Aunt Tiffany, what were you thinking? So, all right. So I'm going to pause the video real quick. I am going to go add a stitch to this to show you what that looks like. I will be right back. Okay, and I'm back. So I just put in a little stitch around the edge of this to create the pocket effect. So, and what I've seen some people do is leave these. You know, it adds to the junkiness of the junk journal. For this particular thing, I'm going to trim them off. My needle just broke on my sewing machine, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. So now, really, you could stop right here. You could glue that into your junk journal and be done. However, we're gonna take it a step further because, well, why not? How we doing on time, guys? Oh goodness, we're at 22 minutes already. All right, so I'm just gonna come in here with some distress ink, and I'm just gonna brown the edges of this because we all know Tiffany likes the distress ink. I'd like to welcome all my newcomers to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, welcome to Dragonflyer Studio. If you're a returning person, thank you so much for being here. All my newbies, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a follow, leave a comment. I love your guys' comments. So far, they've all been wonderful comments, and I will answer all of them. If you have questions, please leave those in the comments. I do answer all of my comments. So yeah, it's the best way for me to interact with you guys other than just on video here. So yeah, all right. So we have that inked. Now let's add some pretty pretties to it, shall we? Let's see, what color should we go with? Oh, there's an understated stained piece of paper. I like that. Got a little piece of wood stripping going on there. I guess we're going to go with neutrals. You might find it easier to decorate your envelopes and stuff with neutral colors so that you know, if you're doing, let's say, an all purple or an all yellow journal, you could come back with these, glue them in, and then add your choice of colors as a bit of an accent piece. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here. Now I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit. You know, you can keep your tags like this where everything, or sorry, your pockets where everything stays inside that little box. For this thing, I think I'm going to go a little outside that box. Give it a little bit of a layering effect. Yep, I like that. Okay, so we're just going to come back in here and give this some glue. I try not to build these up too much. Again, it's that whole thickness volume thing, because once you add this, glue this into, or add this to a page, and then stick a card down inside of it, you're adding that that extra thickness to the overall journal. Alright, I like the look of that. And then let's see if we can find something. What I don't want to do is, oh, well, that has polka dots on it. What if we, hold on, give me a second. Got a punch, just need to find it. What if we bring this guy in? This is just a, I don't know, somebody gave this to me. I don't even know who makes this thing. Oh, Fiskars. The brown paper that you see me punching was gift wrapping paper from the $1 and a quarter tree. Gift wrapping makes wonderful, wonderful stuff for junk journals. Now, I don't know that I want to do polka dot sides up, but I like the brown side up. Let's see if we could find some sort of cool looking stamp. Let's see what we have as far as a centerpiece for that. Let's see, will that fit? Oh, it'll be a tight squeeze, but yeah, we can make that fit. So I'm just going to come in. Stamps are a great way to add detail and accents without adding added volume to your journal. Oh, there we go. Look at that. All right, set that aside. So now we have this little guy to go onto there. Let's see. Has the ink dried yet? No, it has not. Okay. Sorry. Talking to myself there. It happens. I mean, if you can't talk to yourself, who can you talk to, right? So, no, my little fleur-de-lis is not centered on my circle, but that's okay. It's not a necessity. But there you go. There you have a little pocket that a tag, which we will decorate and create here in just a little bit, can go down into, or like I said, recipe card, photograph, whatever have you, whatever is your journaling's desire, you go right ahead and you do you. Okay, so for this guy, we're going to do something a little bit different. We had, oh look, we had a strip of newsprint, and yes, I know it's going sideways, but that's okay. We are just going to decorate the front of this thing. And I'm just pulling pieces off of off the table for whatever reason, if nothing else, just so I think I'm going to give this a splash of color, and then use other things to decorate it. So I have a dauber here. Give me a second, I need to find its ink pad. Oh, there it is. There we go. This is milled, nope, that says milled lavender. I'm looking for something velvet. Give me a second. Give me a second, give me a second. There it is. Okay, here we go. So what I think I'm going to do, so that I don't get ink on my cutting mat there. Sorry, I know the camera's wiggling. I need to get a better mount for it. There we go. And just like that, I've altered the color of the base of the tag. For those of you who may have questions, Distress Oxide, Tim Holtz, I can't remember which, Victorian Velvet is the color that I used. And then anybody have questions, this is just an old sewing bobbin that I glued a piece of foam onto. So yeah, and then that's how I make my extra daubers, because let me tell you, these guys are great to have. You know, they're all ergonomic and shaped to your hand, and they've got removable things or whatever, but I just don't have the money. I just don't. So I had some old bobbins that I found at a yard sale. Now this ink is going to take just a little longer to dry, so I'm going to pause it and I'm going to hit this with a heat gun. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back because the heat gun's really loud. Okay, now it's all dry and easily to work with. Now the heat gun did curve it a little bit, but that's okay. We will just work with that. So now we've got a little bit of a off, not really mauve, but a little bit of a colored background. It's going to make the things that I lay over it pop a little differently as far as color scheme goes and whatnot. So I really want this guy to be close to that edge so that can go there. And then let's see what else I can pull out of the scrap bin over there. Oh, I kind of like, I don't normally work with pink, but yeah, that's kind of a cool color, cool shape too, going on there. Let's see. Nope, not the colors I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. Oh, I like the notes. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do with this shape here is I'm going to come in and tear that off so that I can then come in and give it a little bit of the notes here. Yep. Okay, so that will end up eventually being my tag. So now we just got to attach everything. How we doing on time, guys? Oh, 32 minutes. So this is a little bit longer of a video, but I felt kind of, well, kind of strange doing a tag without a pocket or a pocket without a tag. Tags can also be clipped onto your junk journaling pages. They don't have to have a pocket. I do have a video in my collection of how to do decorated paper clips. I think I'm going to leave that showing there. How to do decorative paper clips. You can check it out. It's in my list of videos. So it's there if you would like to see it. You don't have to, of course, but it is available. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. This YouTube experience has been a good one. It's been a whole lot of fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come back in with my scissors, make this a quick fix, so to speak. I'm just going to trim everything off at its designated edges. And then this guy here, I didn't put enough glue all the way to the edge, so I'm just going to come in and make sure that everything's all glued down. Now, the great thing about a tag is the little hole at the top. I am going to show you how to do an eyelet. Oh, and look, I even have some rose gold eyelets. Now, that hole was pre-punched, so I did not punch a hole, but if you have an eyelet setter, this is my original one. I do have the Crocodile 2 Big Bite, but he is not necessary for this thing. So if I had to punch the hole gets punched down here at this part on these ones by hand. If you're not familiar, this little guide here will move back and forth so that if you're punching a whole bunch of them at the same time, it will give you a more uniform location as to where that punch goes into the paper. And then this guy up here sets the eyelet, and or some people call them grommets, but I think grommets are a little bit different. What you want to do is you just want to make sure the part with the little piece that sticks out, he's on the top of your eyelet. He goes down into the big hole, and then the one on the bottom is what spreads out the metal. And then you just gotta she-man the bejesus out of the thing, and there you go. That's set, and that will protect your eyelet hole from potentially being ripped through. You know, should your niece or something get overzealous with yanking out the tag. And then I just have a scrap jar of little pieces of ribbon that I have found, you know, here, there, and everywhere. And I don't know that I'm necessarily going to go with pink, but let's look through here and see what I can find. Maybe the pink is going to be the best idea. Let's see what shade of pink, shall we? Oh, look, here's a pretty little piece. So I've just got some shimmery. I don't think this is pink. It might be pink. I don't know. I think it's more gold, but whatever. So I just kind of do this. I just put it there and fold it over as to how long I want the tag to be, or the pull to be. And you can make it as long or as short as you want. But here's the trick that I learned. So fold it in half. Fold the bottom piece in half, especially if you're working with these, you know, 5/8 and 1/4 inch grommets, the smaller the hole. So you want to feed it from the back of the card to the front of the card, and then pull this out, and then you're just going to loop both your tails through the hole, maybe. There you go. Sorry if I'm off camera. Oh, come on. There we go. And then you're just going to give it a nice little tug, and that creates a little pull for you. And then you can manipulate the tops to get it to lay flat if you want it to. But there you go. And there you have a tag that will fit. You know, this guy will definitely fit down in this bigger pocket with enough to pull it out here. And I mean, if you want to go for short pocket, tall tag, you know, big tag in a little pocket kind of situation. And then, of course, if this guy was, you know, in a bottom corner, this would fit right down nicely inside of there. So yeah, there's that one for you. All right, I really like the way that looks. So like I said, I don't normally work with pinks, but this is kind of a neutral tag. If I wanted to come back in and add an embellishment or something to go with a theme of a page or whatnot, I could. So yeah, and then I'm just trying to flatten it out from where it was just slightly bent. So there's that. And then I'm going to just do one small tag real quick, just to give you an idea of what can be done with the little tags. I am going to go ahead and add his grommet. Woo! Yikes! Well, hey, you know what? Maybe we should add something from that jar. The universe just said, hey, pay attention to me, right? So yeah, grommets do come in, their eyelets do come in all different shapes and sizes. The ones I'm using with this guy in particular are a 5/18 size grommet. They come in, not 5/18, good lord, 5/16 size grommet. They do come in a 3/16 and a 1/4 of an inch. They make them bigger than that, but I do not have a setter to set anything larger than the 3/16 eyelets. So, all right, so I chose a black grommet just because I like the contrast. That's just a little piece of map that's been glued down there. So I think for this guy, I'm going to resort to maybe my sticker book to see what we can do from that, just as a quick thing. I got this off of Amazon. I saw it on another site. Basically, it's just a sticker book of all different kinds of, well, images. There's a little bit of something for everybody in here. So I think I'm just gonna flip through this real quick, and I've learned that the back sides of the pages make really good journaling cards once all your stickers are gone. So, you know, nothing goes to waste around here. Oh, what about this guy? cute little brooch looking thing. I may or may not find another little something to go on there. That may just be it. What I'm going to show you with this tag is tags can be, especially little ones like this, can be used for, we'll say, double duty. So the hole is a little, oh, you know what? We did want to incorporate something else, didn't we? Maybe? I don't know. That brooch, actually, you know what? Let's see if we can pull this off. Oh, we can. So maybe that brooch goes on just like that. There we go. We'll trim off that piece later. Okay, so we've stuck that on the side. What if we come in and find clean up after yourself? That's the hardest thing. I don't know if anybody else struggles with that, but that is one of the hardest things I find is, you know, you could see all this. You drag out and drag out and drag out and drag out. And then when you're all done creating, you're looking back at the mess going, ugh, now I have to clean up. Because if you're like me, you don't clean it up now, by the time you come back to your crafting table and you want to create something else, guess what's in your way? The mess you left behind. So, you know, the struggles. The struggle is real. Alright, hang those up. See what I mean? You just want to take it and set it down. Just get it out of the way. I'm in crafting mode. I don't want to clean right now. Cleaning is no fun. Okay, so there's that. So now what we're going to do is, oh, these little flowers. I really want to add one of these flowers. I feel like that jar kind of fell off of there for a reason. Okay, so what I'm going to do is these little paper flowers, I don't know where I got them, but they all came with these little gold buttons in the middle. I pulled that off there. Mostly because if I do decide to tuck this tag into a pocket, that little gold bead is going to pose a problem. So I just added a little silicone glue to the center of this, and I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to plop him down just like that. Give that glue a second to grab hold. Oh, no, everybody stay down. Stay down where we put you. Okay, and then I'm just going to, while that's drying, I'm just going to come back in here and kind of trim this off, along with the piece of that sticker. Okay. And then what I want to do as quickly as I can, I don't want to keep you, oh, this is a longer video, is I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab, I call these bulb pins, like a light bulb. Let's see if you can see it down there on the, can you see that? Did I put it somewhere where you could see it? Yes, okay. So they're just shaped like a little light bulb. I really like them for projects like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and see if I can't find a little bit, a little bob, a little dangle, a little something. Here we go. Let's see what I can find. So this is one of my bits and bobs containers. I've got some little keys in here. Oh, look, that one I like. I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this pin, if I get it off and I'm going to put my little dangle on it. And then rather than adding a pole into my hole, I'm going to add this little guy, if he'll sit the right way for me. No, maybe not. It's being difficult, sorry. Let's see if we can get it to go this way. So usually when I add these bulb pins, my hole is not quite so far away from the edge. There we go. like so. I did a little damage to the card, but it's okay. So then you have something that looks like this. So what I would do most likely is, you know, this is going to go in a journal. Just keep in mind that this is going to add some thickness. And once you close the journal, this will get smushed down flat, but this might pose a problem. But that's another way to add a little 3-dimension to your journaling tags. So there's that guy, all finished up. So yeah, so let's look at what we created. We took 45 minutes and, you know, took a little bit of doing, but in 45 minutes, we now have, is that everybody? Yes, we now have 2 completed pockets, 2 completed tags, and a pocket and or tuck, depending on how you want to use that. So yeah, with a little bit of more time and effort, like I said, I'm going to color this in. You know, you can have a fairly well decorated, almost piece of art to add into a junk journal of your choosing that either a loved one would enjoy as a gift, or yourself, you know, just put it in your own junk journal, and there it is, and there it be, and use it as you see fit. So yeah, I know this video was a little bit longer, but like I said, pockets and tags kind of go hand in hand. Journaling cards, if you watch the journaling card episode that I did before this, journaling cards can also be slid down into pockets as well. So there you go. Like I said, if you want to see more of my content, just hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.